briefly.
Brought down by number 5, Devon Sanders.
Falcons out of the Buffalo area. Watertown was supposed to go to Buffalo. Instead, we're here in Watertown.
That was a 16-yard return for Kate. Watertown again has the ball on their own 26-yard line.
We're in the Buffalo red flag out of Buffalo instead. We're here in Watertown to save us. Red and black. Take over here.
Right back to pass, and he's running. He stepped out about the 6.5-yard line.
On the very first play of the game for the red and black. Jason Williams carrying out way down the field. Get us a look at it here.
Rivera on the coverage for the Falcons.
Right here. Massive gain of the first play of the game for the red and black.
First down for Watertown, deep inside Falcon territory. Handoff. Finkley with the ball.
6-yard line.
Short gain on the play, second down Watertown. And looks like we have a timeout by the Falcons.
13 seconds left. Here in the first quarter of the play, Watertown already threatening to send the ball for all of one offensive play. They're already in the red zone.
Gotcha. Try the other head.
24th, Red and Black will be on the road against the Syracuse Strong. The only blemish on their record so far this year. And then on July 8th, after a weekend off, they're going to be traveling to the Charlotte Colonials. And then they'll return home to their last 2 games here, July 22nd against Troy and the 29th against the Upstate Predators. All right, here we go, second down Watertown.
Up next for Amsterdam.
Williams looks in the end zone and touchdown Watertown!
Oh, man. Hold on.
In the first quarter of play, Watertown 3 plays to find their way into the end zone. As they take on the New York Falcons here in Watertown.
Battle on for the extra point.
For an extra point attempt.
And the kick is up, and it is
Pretty good.
no good. Extra point attempt failed, so with 14:08 remaining in the first quarter, Watertown jumps out to a 6-0 lead. Philo set to kick for Watertown. Page and Cordell deep for the Falcons. Taken by one of the up men. Falcons have the ball up to the 36-yard line.
And pitch. Next to leader, number 27, Bryce Hubbard.
Quarterback for the Falcons.
Goldsmith quarterback, inside handoff, right up the middle. He was met there with number 40, Taylor Hahn. Gain of 5 on that play. He's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Falcons.
Watch the ball.
Second down, Falcons. Hand off again, straight up the middle. And he's pushing the pile. He was pretty close to a first down. And he gets it.
For the Falcons, first down and 10.
Jefferson with the carry for the Falcons. A host of red and black players making the stop.
Batting 7, number 9, shortstop, Mason Sweeney.
Bounce back. First and long in 2 years. A couple weeks ago.
Back for pass.
Satan last week.
Miller picked off at number 10, Corey Smith. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Intended for Ridgeway.
Well, last time I seen him, he was smoking and drinking at the Legion.
He told me he'll quit when he died. He's been in hospital now for 2 months for the infection.
That's why
Second down, Falcons.
I seen her.
He's supposed to retire tomorrow.
Wide out.
Justin Clear with the initial charge. Clear was in there also, as well as
Make sure you're playing coming to the league.
Jeremy Mesa also applying pressure. Ross is about 10 on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Advanced business systems to meet the needs of your best technology.
Ultimate backs of head. Throws it in the middle. Joshua Lear into the pressure.
Keep going.
Make sure you're not on top. Don't put it on the real speed goal. Call it over the phone. 4-4-0-3-7-6. Again, it's 3-1-5-2-4-4. 0376.
That's 4th and 22 for the Falcons. Flag on the field.
Field against the Falcons.
Too many men on the field against New York Falcons.
Looks like it's Eeyore back there for the
PRD for the Falcons. Kaiser set to punt for the Falcons.
Kaiser.
Ball takes a bounce. Fire call down the middle. Incomplete. Ran it out of his hands.
Dave Grant Jr.
Flag on the play.
chance to catch that one. Looked like he was going to for a second. It fell in incomplete.
Going to check the penalty.
There's a flag.
Offsides against Watertown.
Up first for your Watertown Rapids, number 4 in center field, Dick DePerlo.
Side against the red and black.
Further penalty against Watertown will be a weak kick.
Forward 5 yards. Give it another shot.
Goldsmith the punt.
That was that ball.
Batting second, number 5.
Well, we apologize for not having commentary for the first bit of this game, but we are with you now. Apologies again for not being here, but you've missed already a Watertown touchdown. They scored on their third play of the game, third play for the red and black on offense, and now just here, a block punt, so Watertown again in some really threatening position. They're going to have 4 men on the far side of the field as options for the quarterback, Williams. High snap, Williams looking to pass. He's actually looking at this near side. He's got Queeler in the end zone. Touchdown, Watertown, red and black. There's a flag down at the line of scrimmage. And it's holding against the offense, so the touchdown will be negated.
So the 6 will come off the board, and Watertown will have the ball first down. And 15, check that, it'll be first to 20. Ball backed up to the 37-yard line. Williams to pass, he's got some pressure. And he throws that one downfield, and he's got Chris Fair comes across the field, makes the reception. He does, and about the pass, he's got some pressure. And scores one down, and he throws that one downfield, and he's got
Around and heaved that one down the field in the direction of Chris Furr, and he did an excellent job of securing that one and unfortunately was pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, but Watertown now with a first down and goal situation from inside the 5. Looks like the ball's going to be spotted at the 3. Handoff up the middle to Fink. Flag comes out on the near side, and Finkley short of the end zone anyway. Wait to see what the flag is on the play. And it's going to be against the Falcons, it looks like. A little bit of a conference on this near side. Officials talking it over. Well, the flag came out immediately, right at the snap. The flag came out then. I think it was southward of the end zone. But it's going to be offside against the Falcons, so that's happening.
Offside against the Falcons.
First down.
First and goal for the Red Black.
So the Red Black get another try here. On first down, Williams looking to pass.
Williams to
Running
pass.
high for Todd, in the end zone, and he nearly reeled that one in. It's going to fall incomplete.
That was intended for Zach Todd.
Williams to pass. He's got some pressure.
Get another look here.
And he throws it. He's good.
Rose on the coverage. Second and goal, Watertown.
Spinning on and off.
Williams calls his own number.
And push it in up through the middle.
What's the call? What do we got?
And
Touchdown,
Watertown again. Williams fought his way through, right up the middle, right up the gut.
Jason Williams calls his own number. Follows the line in the end zone.
And so Watertown takes on 6 more. And they lead 12-0 with 9.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. As you said, our rain starting to pick up a little bit. And so the offense is on the field.
Offense stays on the field.
Derek Byler's extra point attempt down Watertown's first touchdown was no good. The offense on the field. Williams.
Williams back to pass over the middle. And
Sidearm pass. He can clear over it. And
the
two-point conversion is good. Watertown
number 17, Cleo with the 2 points.
makes up for the missed extra
And with
point.
9:31 remaining first quarter, Watertown 14, New York Falcons
14
0.
5 minutes and 31 seconds. Here in the first quarter, the Red and Black rolling on offense. Again, thank you for tuning in to Watertown Red and Black football. Brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions. My name is Coach Steve Weed. They have many talents running the cameras, doing the switching, taking care of all of it. And Red and Black taking care of business so far. They lead 14-0 early here in the first quarter.
Cordero back for the Falcons. So Darian Salter is going to kick off for the Red Black.
So Byler is the first kickoff for Salter. And that's
And he gets a nice kick.
Salter comes out there.
Cordero with the ball.
Trying to go up the middle.
Up the 15,
All the way to the
corner,
far
picks up the
side.
block.
Good tackle on that far sideline. Bring down David Cordero. Serious speed and momentum on punt return. Kickoff return, rather. Charlie Hogg on that far sideline. Tackle.
Good distance, a little height.
Ball started at the 40-yard line, but the Falcons take over first down. 25-yard return.
Already
5 Falcons.
touchdowns here early in the first quarter. Line for another offensive possession. Never really got going.
Goldsmith, quarterback. Back to
Two
pass.
options either side. He's looking
He's
for
got a
pass.
receiver down
Way down the field, and looks like it's reeled in.
That is caught.
It is caught on the
Inside the 50-yard line.
play for the Falcons.
Goldsmith, quarterback. Back to pass. He's got a receiver down the field. Junior makes the reception.
Looks like it's
And
reeled in.
down that 10-yard line of Watertown.
It is caught on
Inside the 50-yard line.
loaded in over the head of Jonathan Williams. That went over his head. Brought in by Grant Jr. So 40-yard reception. And Goldsmith now.
Goldsmith handoff up the middle.
Jefferson fullback,
Jefferson gets about 2 on that play. It's going to make up second down and 8.
second and 8. 8 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the first quarter of play. Watertown leads by a couple of scores. Sneak up the middle. About the 1.5 yard line. Watertown
Number
led
18,
two.
first baseman.
And Williams found
Number 23,
Back to pass.
trailing out, gets to his near side.
That's number 46, Justin Coon. Came up to the linebacker spot to stop him.
Take down the quarterback Goldsmith before he got really any.
No gain on the play.
And so the ball will be spotted right back at the line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and 8. Ball just shy of the 15 yard.
That brings up third.
Big third down for the red and black here.
Goldsmith back to pass, looking for a receiver, and
And that one's incomplete.
that's incomplete.
Ahead of the intended receiver coverage. Wayne Kirksey.
Dwayne Kursky with the coverage for Watertown. That'll bring up first down to the Falcons.
Falcons do here. Fourth down. It looks like the offense is going to stay out there. Headed towards that sideline, but only to receive instruction from the coaching staff not to come off the field. So he's back out there.
Falcons keep their offense on the field, fourth down.
4 receivers. Near side. Walker. Near side to quarterback goes from here.
Goes back to pass.
One is complete and knocked down short of the end zone.
And it looks like they're going to pick up the first down.
David Grant Jr. again on that far side.
David Gray Jr. the reception, moving the chains for the Falcons.
Grant. Another first down for the Falcons. So big fourth down conversion that time for the Buffalo team. First and goal.
Ball spotted down about the 2-yard line. First down for the Falcons.
Red and black looking to hold the Falcons here.
now batting, right field, number 13.
Handoff up the middle.
Diving forward.
Jefferson took the call.
To the end zone.
Looks like short of the end zone.
What is going on?
He's about a foot and a half from the end
Second
zone.
down and maybe a foot to go for the New York Falcons, trailing by 14 points. Watertown leads 14. Here with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter play. Quarterback keeper.
Quarterback keeper's there at the middle.
Looks like he's going to be brought down short.
Still no call. Looks like they stopped him. Yep. That'll bring up third down.
Williams on the quarterback sneak up the middle.
Made it back to line of scrimmage.
Got nowhere. So, third down.
And after Jefferson met at the line, stopped short of the goal line, lost 2 yards.
Flag against Watertown.
And we have a player down.
Looks like there's a player down for the Falcons. The offensive lineman. So Watertown stops Falcons there on 3rd down with the flag against the red and black. An injured player for the New York Falcons being supposed to stop right for the time being. It'll be a huge spot for the red and black to hold the Falcons. That might keep the Falcons from scoring a touchdown here. And the defense is
Cruz is the injured player for the Falcons.
Your travel needs.
And he's helped up by his coach.
Out of Watertown daily, connecting you to their hub in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There, short lines make this Watertown Rapids.
So after the Watertown penalty, the injured player will be 3rd down still.
Falcons inside the 1. And there's a penalty.
Josh Lear is
In the post.
Falcons offensive line.
There was a procedure against the New York Falcons. That will move him back.
The Falcons are the team that jumped early. They'll back the ball up. We're remaining 3rd down.
About 5-yard line.
Stop here. What they had when we registered in play pass into the end zone.
Incomplete.
Those pets, man, in the end zone. That's some serious space.
Trying to on the coverage for Watertown. That's going to bring up 4th down again.
3rd down.
4 on the Falcons. Ticket for Woodway on that last play. Timeout, Falcons.
Timeout called by the New York Falcons. 4 minutes and 8 seconds left. Falcons. Red and black. Stop here.
All right, here we go, 4th down and goal for the Falcons.
On the 6-yard line.
Wolfman back to pass, looking for the receiver.
Side.
Watertown red and black will take over on downs.
hold the Falcons.
If they hold the Falcons, which at one time had the ball at the goal line, pass intended for Walker, incomplete.
So steady.
Oh, that I stole the money?
Watertown starts out first and 10 ball on their own. Handoff, tackle. Couple of yards. Ron Sanders with the stop for the Falcons. Gain of about 2 to bring up second down and 8.
Handoff.
That just makes sense.
Check that. It's a loss on that play.
Pass for second 12 in his own end zone.
Sacked behind. Falcons are loose. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Falcons. Back in the end zone, here's Brumbo.
Looked like Darryl fell on that one in the end zone. I was way.
Falcons are lining up for extra point. Offense stays on the field for the 2-point conversion. Force back to pass, and he's in trouble, and just gets rid of the ball. Incomplete.
Good on the 2-point conversion attempt.
Pressure on the play by number 28. It's got Wes Walker. So with 3:34 remaining first quarter, Watertown Red and Black 14, New York Falcons 6.
Jason Williams fumble in the end zone. Fallen on by Cordero. Falcons on the board. 14-6, 2-point conversion attempt, no good. Falcons will pick off. 3 minutes and 34 seconds left. Back. Return for Watertown. Looks like keeping Clear and Corey Smith.
Number 7, for Watertown. Kaiser set to kick for the Falcons.
Kaiser's kick is a good one again.
And he gets a nice boot.
Let's go, Smitty!
Corey Smith brings it in, goes up the sideline. Penalty against the Falcons offsides declined. After the most return, Smith is going to put the ball into Falcon territory on the 45-yard line. Williams back to pass, rebound in the pocket, turns up there and steps out of bounds. Right about the line of scrimmage. Ron Sanders forcing him out. No gain on the play, second down 10.
Back to the original line of scrimmage before he stepped out of bounds. Second down. 10. Washington.
Second and 10, Watertown.
Long hold. Now Williams.
Williams back to pass.
Screen to Williams.
Screen to Williams. Hit there immediately. Devon Grant. Right there to make the stop. That's going to bring up third and long for the red and black.
After the screen pass here, Washington went nowhere. 9.
And it'll be third down and 16 to go for the red and black from their own 49.
Third and long, Watertown.
Washington again in the backfield with Williams. Back to pass again, and good pressure. Williams able to sneak out of that one, but nowhere to go, and still going is Williams, but he's eventually going to be brought down for a huge loss on third down. Well, Williams just nowhere to go. That play was doomed from the start, and he's brought down at what looks like the 31-yard line. Tackle was made by Joseph Kaiser, and so the red and black will be forced to punt here on fourth down and extremely long. Back to punt for the red and black is Elijah Howard. And he will look to keep the Falcons as far away from the end zone as possible here with 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Howard's punt is a good one. Curving to the right. Fielded by, hey, it comes loose, and Watertown's going to fall on it. Well, it was brought in on that far sideline, but immediately lost to Brandon Ray right there to jump on it for the red and black. And they'll end up with a football after a really solid punt from Howard that time. It's a good one. And just never secured. And Ray able to just fall right on top of it. So a good break for the red and black that time after not a great offensive possession. But the special teams comes up a little bit clutch, maybe a little fortunate as well, but it'll be first and 10 for the red and black. Easy for me to say. With the ball on the 36-yard line. Washington in the backfield with Williams. Jackson and Quior on this near side are the receivers. Williams to Todd, incomplete. Well, Williams threw that one right into the hands of Todd, but was unable to reel it in, Zach Todd, and so second down and 10. Watertown leading by a score of 14-6, a couple of early touchdowns. And then Williams was hit as he was throwing in the end zone. and the ball came loose and was ruled to be a fumble, and Daniel Cordero fell on it for the New York Falcons. And that's how they got on the board, but Watertown leading 14-6, and they have the ball with 36 seconds left here. Flag came out on the near side and incomplete, intended for Jackson to this near side. Well, Williams had absolutely no time to really make anything happen that time, and it was because the Falcons had jumped early that time, so Williams forced to try to make something happen. Instead, it's going to be a penalty against the Falcons. And so the official marches off 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5. 31 seconds left on the clock. Here in the first quarter of play, the red and black leading 14-6. Washington in the backfield with Williams, Furr and Todd on the far side, Jackson and Cuellar on this near side. Williams thought about Keegan Cuellar. Instead, he's got DeQuace Jackson sliding, makes the catch, and then he's touchdown there at the 5 or 6 yard line on the short little pass to DeQuace Jackson. Get a look at it here. He thought about throwing to Cuellar on this near sideline, instead went to Jackson, who was wide open. And Jackson, even though he had a slide, able to reel that one in. Watertown is going to get this one off right before the end of the first quarter. Caught by Todd over the middle. Flag came out in the end zone.
Let's check the flag.
And we'll wait to see what it was. It's going to be against the defense, looks like. And I believe... So it's against the Falcons, and so the penalty declined, and Todd did find his way into the end zone on the reception. So Watertown will score 6 more here. A bit of an anticlimactic play that time as Todd caught that one and found his way into the end zone. The flag came out and nobody really celebrated, but the penalty against the visiting New York Falcons, and so it's a touchdown reception for Zach Todd. And the offense again on the field to try to tack on 2 more. No time left on the clock here in the first quarter. Williams looking to pass again, scrambling around, sneaks past one, sidearm to Todd, and bobbled and then caught. And Zach Todd with a 2-point conversion. Well, Todd bobbled that one a couple of times, looked like he had it, and then bobbled it a few more times before finally securing it and converting for 2 points. Get a look as Williams sneaks past the tackle there, and then the sidearm Pat Mahomes-esque type throw right there to Todd, who was able to reel it in eventually. And so Watertown, right at the end of the first quarter, with no time left on the clock, they'll tack on the 2-point conversion, and now they lead 22-6 over the visiting New York Falcons. So Zach Todd gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Watertown offense on the field in that opportunity there because of the fumble recovery on the punt. And they've looked really solid so far, the Watertown Red and Black. And they lead 22-6. Watertown Red and Black football brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions. My name's Connor Lalone, bringing you play-by-play action for the Red and Black all season long. So if you are joining us on live stream, having a little bit of difficulty with YouTube tonight, but live stream very rarely has done us wrong. YouTube Not sure we could say the same about Watertown Red and Black football, brought to you by Steve Weed Productions here on live stream if you're joining us. Eric Byler with the kickoff, and it's going to be brought in by Cordero on the 20-yard line, and Cordero's going to skip past the 40, and it's going to get brought down by Charlie Hogg on the 44. So a solid return now for Cordero. Reeled that one in, and really solid gain. Skip past a couple of tackles there before being brought down by Charlie Hogg. And so the Falcons will have the ball to start the second quarter of play. They trail 22-6 against your Watertown Red and Black. As I mentioned a couple of times, but again, always worth mentioning, Red and Black football brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions. And the Red and Black look good again this week so far. On defense now, the defense has been solid. The quarterback, Goldsmith, trying to keep it himself. Looked like he stumbled a little bit, lost his footing, and was brought down for a loss of maybe a yard. And it'll be second down and 11 or second down and 12. Take your pick. Either way, a short loss that time for the quarterback, Justin Goldsmith. Nowhere to go as the Red and Black defensive line got to him pretty quickly. Those two men who you just saw on the left side of your screen wandering out of picture, now showing back up again. Jeremy Mesha and Joshua Lear, just absolute menaces on that defensive line. Lear's really deceptive due to his size. Incomplete on that far sideline. Good coverage that time by Justin Kuhn. Looked like the pass was intended for David Grant Jr. So an incompletion. It'll be third down and 12.
That'll bring up your third down.
Third down and 12 for the New York Falcons. Goldsmith looking to pass. Has his man over the middle. Incomplete. Well, it looked for a second like Ridgway was going to be able to reel that one in. And just kind of bobbling it around. And Corey Smith able to knock it loose with some significant contact. And so the Red and Black with a big third down stop. It'll be fourth down and 12 now. And it looks like the Falcons are ready to punt. Low punt, line drive, reeled in by a Vanquez Adams Jr. And he looked like he got the ball to about the 46-yard line. And Goldsmith, I think, actually was the man who made the tackle for the Falcons on the punt return. A low line drive of a punt. And Watertown will take over the ball right at the 45-yard line. It'll be first and 10 from there with 13 minutes and 50 seconds left. So if you are tuning in now from the link that Steve posted in the YouTube comments, again, apologies, YouTube not cooperating the way we would have liked, but glad that you can join us on live stream for Watertown Red and Black football. Pitch to this near side. Scrambling around, still running up the sideline is Tate. And Tate's going to get pretty close to a first down. Kept in bounds, though. And it looks like it's going to be second down and about 1. after the rush of 9 for Christian Tate.
Serrano with the stop for the Falcons.
Benjamin Serrano with the tackle for the New York Falcons. And it'll be 2nd down and 1. Ball on the 46.
Second short, Watertown.
Williams, 2 options either side. Todd and Furr are on the side closest to our camera. Good stiff arm from Williams, but he's in some trouble, and the ball came loose, actually. And Watertown's going to fall on it. It was Nathan O'Quinn who fell on it as Williams was scrambling around. It looked like he had a pretty good stiff arm here initially, but just nowhere to go. And the ball eventually poked loose. It looked like Michael Rocker was the man who got an arm in there to poke that one out of the hands of Williams. And a really solid job by O'Quinn to be alert and realize the ball had come loose and fall on it to maintain possession for Watertown, but it's a loss. A significant loss. It'll be 3rd down and about 17. It's a loss of about 16 yards. So 3rd down and very long. And it's 4 receivers on the far side. Chris Furr all by himself on this near sideline. Snap to Williams, who reels it in. Good block by Mesha on the far side. Williams over the middle and incomplete, intended for Zach Todd, who was diving and still couldn't reach that one. So thrown well wide by Jason Williams that time. And incomplete, brings up 4th down and very long. Good coverage by Joseph Kaiser for the visiting Falcons. And so the red and black will send out the punt team. Once again, it'll be Elijah Howard back there to boot it away. The last time we saw Howard with a punt attempt, he got a pretty good one off, and the Falcons were unable to secure it, and it came loose. Brandon Ray fell on it for the fumble recovery, and red and black had a good offensive opportunity there after that punt recovery. Here's Howard's second punt of the night. Now a really good spiraling, and it's going to bounce in a really generous manner for the red and black. And again, it's Brandon Ray on special teams able to down the Falcons punt return that time, and it's a punt of about 47 yards for Elijah Howard. And so the red and black do a really solid job there pinning the Falcons deep in their own half of the field. Watertown has played well tonight. They played extremely well last weekend. Bounce back game for them after their first loss in over 2 years here in Watertown. A tough game that got a little bit out of hand late against the Syracuse Strong, but then last week they made absolutely no mistake and beat Charlotte by a score of 50-0. This New York Falcons team has only played 1 game so far this season, at least according to the league website, Gridiron Developmental Football League. That was a loss last weekend to the Upstate Predators, a score of 37-0 in that game. So the Falcons able to get on the board tonight. It's the first time they've been on the board all season. Whistle before the play. Looked like Lear jumped a little bit early. And we'll see. Well, it looked to me like Josh Lear just jumped a little bit early, and that's what happened. So it'll be 1st down and 5 without even having to run a play on offense this time for the Falcons. New York Falcons out of Buffalo. We were supposed to travel to Buffalo this weekend. Instead, here in Watertown, back to pass, Goldsmith out to the far side, caught, and then brought down very quickly. Pass complete to Dante Ridgway on the far side. He's going to gain enough for the 1st down, and the chains will move on the far side. Vanquez Adams Jr. making the tackle for the red and black. And so a gain of about 8 that time. It'll be 1st down and 10 from the 27 as the Falcons step to the line. Goldsmith with two options either side, and the fullback Charles Jefferson with him in the backfield. Back to pass, Goldsmith, good pressure from Watertown, able to sneak through it. Goldsmith way down the field and over the head, bouncing around. No, intercepted, no, incomplete. Well, just disbelief from everybody in the stands here, everybody in the press box as well. It looked like that one was going to be picked off, and just very nearly brought in by Williams. He had it in and out of the hands. It was initially looked like it was going to be a completion, and then for sure looked like an interception. Instead, it's an incomplete pass, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Now, 2nd down for the Falcons.
Same set for the Falcons as they come to the line here on 2nd down. Goldsmith showed off his arm that last time. Again, looking to pass down the field, and that one's incomplete as well. It's Adams. No, it's Isaiah McCray on the far side in coverage. And McCray did just enough to prevent the completion. Well, twice now in a row we've seen the Falcons call on Goldsmith to air it out long. And he's made a couple of good throws. That one looked like for a while that it had a chance to be caught at least, and was not. But we know that Goldsmith can fire the ball down the field. 3rd down and 10 now. Goldsmith with Jefferson. Going to pass, and flag comes out. This one incomplete again over the middle. Pass intended for David Grant Jr. Flag came out right at the line of scrimmage. And you can see it there now as we have one of my favorite things to see on the football field, an official discussion. Have a conversation here. And it's an illegal procedure against the offense. That's going to be declined because there's also a face mask against the Falcons. So the face mask, a big penalty for the Falcons to take there on 3rd down. And just barely in the corner of your screen, you see Coach George Ashcraft of the Watertown Red and Black signaling that he actually wants to decline that penalty. I believe we are seeing now that Watertown will decline that penalty. So instead of the loss of 15, they'll take the loss of down. It'll be 4th and 10. So Ashcraft electing to decline that penalty instead. And it'll be 4th down, and the Falcons forced to punt here. Might be Serrano back to punt. That one just gets off. It's a pretty good punt high, going end over end. And bouncing now to about the 45-yard line. It's touchdown there by Alexander Sultan-Pana at the 45 or 46. And so as the teams get ready to switch sides, Watertown leading 22-6. We'll step aside here for a short break.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
Williams pass to this near side as we come back out of the break. Is incomplete, intended for Zach Todd. While the red and black, with a good defensive possession there, forced the punt deep in the Falcons' end. And they get the ball back. 2nd and 10 for Watertown, ball on the 45. It's Christian Tate in the backfield for the red and black. Williams looking to the far side. Pass caught over the middle to Keegan Cuior, who skips the first tackle and then is brought down just over the 40-yard line. So completion over the middle for Keegan Cuior. And it looks like we're going to have an official timeout as there's a player down for the New York Falcons. It's Omari Stewart Sr. And so we will step aside again with Stewart down.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We know your families. We see you in the community. You're not a number here. You're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home, and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
So back in Watertown, the injured player, Omar Sr., up on his feet and being helped off the far sideline. It's going to be a Watertown first down after the reception over the middle by Keegan Cuior. With 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Red and black leading by a score of 22-6. They scored on their 3rd play of the game. This one handed off to Tate.
Handed off number 34. And Christian Tate.
And looks like he's going to pick up about 4.
Picks up probably 3 on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 7.
So Christian Tate snuck all the way to that far sideline, picked up some significant yardage on a hard-fought running play. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 3, so 2nd down and 7. Tate will stay in there right next to the quarterback, Jason Williams. 2 receivers either side. This is the formation Watertown runs probably 85% of the time. Williams passing way down the field into the end zone. Caught. Keegan Cuior in the end zone. Touchdown, Watertown. And just a great throw and right into the hands of Keegan Cuior. You see the coverage there for the Falcons wanted an offensive pass interference. The referees didn't give it, and so it's a Keegan Cuior touchdown for the red and black. And they lead 28-6 now. And again, the offense will come out to try the 2-point conversion. So we saw Byler missed the extra point. Again, so tough to tell from up here sometimes. Byler's extra point looked good and was ruled no good. And then since then, the Watertown offense has stayed on the field for 2-point conversions every time. Williams looking to this near side, has Todd, incomplete. And so no good on the 2-point conversion that time. So the score will stay 28-6. With 9 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in the second quarter. The red and black leading over the Falcons.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips.
Totally.
And frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
So back in Watertown after the Keegan Cuellar touchdown, Eric Byler's going to kick off, and Cordero's going to reel it in. Daniel Cordero still going, gets over the 45 before being brought down there. A whole host of red and black involved. Justin Kuhn, I think, was the man who got the defining contact there to bring down Daniel Cordero. And so it'll be first down for the Falcons there right at the 45. Able to put on some serious defensive pressure so far in this game. The only way the Falcons have scored was on a Jason Williams fumble. Is one of those in-between, incomplete pass fumble type plays where from up here it looked to me as though Williams was in the process of throwing, but officials disagreed and said that the arm wasn't moving forward yet, so it was a fumble in the end zone that the Falcons fell on. That's the only way that the New York Falcons have got on the board yet. So the Watertown defense has been resolute. They jump a little early here, though, and flag comes out on this near sideline. We've seen that a couple of times now for the red and black, just getting a little over-eager on that defensive line, just jumping a little bit early. So the offside will move the ball 5 yards. It'll be first down and 5, right at the 50. Falcons will come to the line. Quarterback Goldsmith with 2 options either side. And we've seen him throw the ball with some success tonight. He's got a pretty good arm. This one handed off, though, up the middle to Jefferson. And brought down after a short gain. Elijah Howard making the play for the red and black. Gain of a couple of yards that time. Howard making the stop. And it looks like Bales is coming up a little bit injured as he comes off to this near sideline. Didn't see what happened to Quintavian that time, but he's definitely in some distress as he comes off this near sideline. So second down and about 3 after the short gain for Charles Jefferson up the middle. And in some space. That was intended for Dante Ridgway, but incomplete. And it'll be third down and 2 or 3 from the 47. 8 minutes and 7 seconds left to go here in the first half of play. We're in the second quarter. Watertown leading 28-6 over the visiting New York Falcons out of the Buffalo area. Another big third down for the red and black defense. Like 3 options maybe on this. The quarterback, Golds. Up the middle. It's going to be pretty close to a first down for Jefferson. And it looks like they're going to move the chains. They are on that far sideline, so Jefferson able to pick up enough to move the chains for the first down, and it'll be first down and 10 from just inside the 45-yard line. 7 minutes and 35 seconds left here in the second quarter. As the Falcons step to the line. Three receivers on the far side. Falcons change. Pass. Good pressure by Lear. Goldsmith over the middle. It's complete. And Ridgway with a completion over the middle. Looks like he's going to pick up another first down for the Falcons. Justin Kuhn in the coverage, making the tackle, preventing Ridgway from picking up anything after the catch. But a gain of about 12 or 13 yards. Picks up the first down. It's first down and 10 from the 29-yard line for the New York Falcons. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the first half. Again, Jefferson in the backfield with the quarterback Goldsmith. Looking to pass. Goldsmith down the and out of play. Too strong and incomplete. Looked like the pass was intended for number on this near side. And instead, just thrown too strong over the head and out of play. That one was never going to be reeled in by Walker, who now will make his way off the field. Joining the huddle now is Daniel Cordero. So Cordero is going to be on that far sideline with David Grant Jr. and I believe Benjamin Serrano. The receiver on this near side is number 14, Brett Pate. Smith brought down under pressure and tackled for a loss. Josh Lear able to get to the quarterback Goldsmith and bring him down for a loss on the play. And the ball's going to be spotted at the 36-yard line. It's going to be third down and 15. So a big third down again for the Watertown defense, unable to hold the Falcons last time, but looking to stop them here. Serrano and Cordero on this near sideline. Jefferson in the backfield with the quarterback Goldsmith. Goldsmith looking to pass, good blocking and way into the end zone, intended for Cordero, diving, made the catch, touchdown, Falcons. Well, Daniel Cordero with a diving effort to reel that one in, kept his feet in bounds, and the Falcons on the board. As you take another look at it here, well, we've seen several times Goldsmith's got a really solid arm, and that's a really long pass into the end zone. Just a really good effort diving to make that catch, reel it in, and keep that right foot in bounds was Daniel Cordero. So 28-12 after the Falcons touchdown. And it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. It's Page and Grant Jr. on the far side. Cordero and Serrano on this near side are the wide options for the quarterback Goldsmith. Here he is looking to pass, and that one's going to be caught in the end zone for the two-point conversion, converted that time by David Grant Jr. So after the touchdown and the two-point conversion, the lead is now cut to 28-14 in favor of the Watertown Red and Black. The Falcons get on the board, and we will step aside as the teams switch sides for the kick.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Sackett's Harbor asked us. We told her yes. Be very afraid when your insurance company denies your claim. My personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Ann's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together, we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
Well, back in Watertown after the Falcons touchdown, long pass down the field, complete to Daniel Cordero diving into the end zone, and then the 2-point conversion completed for David Grant Jr. The score's 28-14, and the Falcons will kick off here. Looks like Joseph Kaiser back to kick again for the Falcons. Again, would like to thank all of you for finding your way over to live stream to watch Watertown Red and Black football, brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions. My name's Connor Lalone as Keegan Cuior reels in the kick and finds his way out to this near sideline. Now cutting back inside, Keegan Cuior, and brought down by the neck is Keegan Cuior, and he's not exactly thrilled about that as he gets back to his feet. And get a look here. Cuior cut his way to the inside, and then Kaiser came across and got him kind of around the neck head area, made the tackle. And when Keegan got back to his feet, he wasn't super happy about the way he was tackled there. And then after a little bit of discussion with Kaiser, came to the conclusion that it was not intentional. And both players exchanging a bit of a handshake. That's the kind of sportsmanship you love to see. Williams back to pass to the far side, and Jackson kind of more worried about making sure that one wasn't intercepted rather than trying to make a completion. And Jackson unable to reel it in, but it was, again, kind of more of a defensive attempt to make a catch, if that makes sense. And incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball at the 44. Watertown steps out of the huddle. Christopher and Zach Todd will be the receivers on this near side. Jackson and Cuior on the far side. Looks like Jamal Finkley in the backfield with Williams. Fake handoff and complete to Jackson on the far side. DeQuace Jackson brought down, grabbed by the waist and slammed down right at the 50. Again, pretty rough tackle. Player down in the backfield for the Falcons. That's Joseph Kaiser, and taking a helmet off is Kaiser. He's in some serious discomfort. And so Joseph Kaiser down for the Falcons. We will take a break here as the injured player for the Falcons. Watertown leads 28-14. We'll step aside.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
Being helped off the field. It looks like he's favoring that right leg, Joseph Kaiser, as he's assisted off the field. It'll be a Watertown 3rd down from the 49-yard line after the reception for DeQuace Jackson. Williams pretty deep in the backfield by himself. And he's got 4 receivers on the far side. Williams scrambling around, looking down. Fink was there, and Williams kind of had to throw it a little bit high to get over the coverage, and Finkley just couldn't quite reel that one in. So an incomplete pass brings up 4th down from the 49 for the Red and Black. The offense is still out there as Furr and Cuior make their way back to the huddle. They were way down the field, and it looked like both of them were in some serious space, too. And so the Red and Black offense on the field on 4th down here. Chris Furr and Zach Todd on the near side. Finkley still in the backfield. Williams having some words with Fink now. And a long hold. Williams now with the snap. Back to pass. Williams scrambling to the left side. He's just going to take it himself. He slips in. looked like that was picked up. Ones that came up with that one as it came loose. It's possible Williams was down before it came out. See if you can get a better look at it here. The officials are still discussing it on the field. Williams scrambled. He had time and space to pick up the first down. Looked like he may have lost his footing. The ball came loose there, and it definitely was recovered by the Falcons. So it's a matter of whether or not Williams was down before the ball came loose, and they're going to say that he fumbled the ball and it was recovered by the Falcons. So New York Falcons will take over on the fumble by Jason Williams, his second of the night. And so the Falcons offense back out there. Goldsmith back to pass. Over the middle, complete, and going to pick up the first down on the completion over the middle for David Grant Jr. So first down play picks up a first down. The chains move instantly on the reception over the middle of David Grant Jr. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the second quarter of play. Watertown leading 28-14. As the Falcons get set here. Handoff up the middle, a big tackle made by Charlie Hogg as Charles Jefferson was trying to sneak his way up the middle. And a couple of big men met right there, and a movable force meets another one as Hogg just unwilling to cede any sort of ground right there. And Jefferson brought down after a gain of about 5. Goldsmith again, back to pass. Good pressure from Mesha, but blocked well. Goldsmith gets to this near side, lets it go into the end zone, and out of bounds over the head and incomplete. Pass intended for Caleb Walker on this near sideline. It looked like Walker had a chance to maybe reel that one in until it was, well, it became evident that the ball was just thrown too hard, too high, and over his head out of the back of the end zone. So completion brings up third down and about 5 with the ball on the 39-yard line. 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go here in the second quarter of Watertown Red and Black football. Great our developmental football league matchup here between the Watertown Red and Black and the New York Falcons out of Buffalo. It's the Red and Black leading by a score of 28-14, but the Falcons threatening here. Goldsmith, pass over the middle, complete. And again, they're going to pick up the first down on the pass over the middle. David Grant Jr. is having himself a very solid game. Picks up another reception and another first down for the visiting Falcons. And the Falcons will step to the line with 2 receivers either side. This is a formation we've seen both teams use all night long. Goldsmith looking to pass yet again. Sneaking to the far side. Sidearm pass, incomplete. Out of play. And that'll stop the clock with 1 minute and 56 seconds left to go. Second down and 10 with the ball right at the 29-yard line. Looks like we're going to have a timeout here for the 2-minute warning. So we will step aside for the 2-minute warning. Watertown leads 28-14.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We, know your families. We see you in the community. You're not a number here. You're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home, and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, you know, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips
Totally.
and frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
Back in Watertown, quarterback Goldsmith trying to scramble. He's going to be brought down short of the line of scrimmage. So a tackle for a loss as Goldsmith had nowhere to go that time. Down with the ball at the 31-yard line. So a loss of a couple that time. And 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Again, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on the Steve Weed Productions live stream channel. Thank you for finding your way over here after things didn't quite work out with YouTube tonight. Again, live stream so reliable for us. Always has been. 1 minute to go here in the first half. Back to pass, Goldsmith way down the field into the end zone. Picked off by Williams. Was he in bounds?
No, he was out.
No. Jonathan Williams, we'll see it here. Nearly had another pick. He had 2 last week. And after the game was talking to Mel Bustler about how he wanted to lead the league in interceptions this year. He could have added another one there. He just unable to keep both his feet in bounds as he reeled that one in. So an incomplete pass instead of an interception. It'll be 4th down and 12 with the ball on the 32-yard line. So just under a minute to go here in the first half of play, and the Falcons will send the offense out there as they step to the line now. Goldsmith. Back to pass. Goldsmith scrambling out to the right side. Good pressure by Mesha. Way down the field in the end zone, and that one's actually going to be caught, but out of the end zone. Incomplete pass. That one thrown all the way out of the back of the end zone where it was caught. And we had to see if that one was going to be a touchdown or an incomplete pass. You get a look at it there. It was actually pretty well out of the end zone. Easier for you to tell on the camera angle than for us actually up here in the box. So an incomplete pass on 4th down. Watertown will get it back with 49 seconds left here in the first half of play. And we'll step aside as the teams get ready for a switch of play. And I'm actually getting a signal from Steve. We're going to run right through. So Watertown will get the ball with 49 seconds left. Ball on the 31 where it was spotted for the Falcons, who went for it on 4th down. Pass thrown out of the back of the end zone and incomplete. Turned over on downs. And Watertown, be interesting to see what they do here. 49 seconds left. Look like Watertown's going to take a couple cracks at it deep down the field. High snap, and Williams is going to improvise. He throws to Jackson on this near side, and DeGuace is going to be brought down. Gain of about 5. Well, they're going to call a timeout. Red and black. They wanted to go way further down the field, and the snap just didn't give Williams a chance. And so the red and black are going to call a timeout here with 39 seconds left. And we'll give you a chance to hear from our sponsors for tonight's live stream and all of Watertown Red and Black football live streams. Governor Savings and Loan with 5 locations. Governor Savings and Loan is your hometown bank. Samaritan Medical Center is part of the community, and they're also now hiring. And Stanley Law gets the maximum award. Stanley Law, Joe Stanley, nice but tough. To action with 39 seconds left. Williams looking to pass. Throws it on the field. Well, both teams, I think, probably would have felt like they should have gotten a call there. Instead, neither of them will. Pass was thrown way down the field, intended for Samaj James, who we saw last week a couple of times too. James get way down the field. He's got some serious speed, able to get past his man. And that one fell in incomplete. Again, lots of contact there, but no pass interference whistled either way. And so an incompletion brings up third down and about 5 yards to gain with 31 seconds left. Watertown going to go with 5 receivers. Another bit of a high snap, but Williams able to dig it out. Sneaks past the pressure and whistle comes out. There's a flag on the far side. And we'll wait to see the signal on the flag, and it's illegal procedure against the red and black. Well, the whistle happened right at the snap, which is generally a pretty good indicator that it's a offensive penalty. Anytime the play stops immediately, it's generally against the offense, and so Watertown will back up a little bit. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and 10 from there. Ball on the 31. 33 seconds on the clock. Williams is going to have 3 receivers to his left and 2 to his right. Todd and Furr on this near sideline. Williams, quick pass to Keegan Cuior. Gets a good block. Keegan is going to be close to first down yardage, and I believe he stayed in bounds on that far sideline as well. And so the red and black will call a timeout. And as Watertown talk things over here again with 21 seconds, it gives me another chance to tell you about the rest of our sponsors. Allen's Wine and Liquors, Liquors and Wines, the largest selection of New York State wine and the oldest running liquor and wine store in the area. Colello Air Technologies is a group of certified professionals that can improve the air quality in your home. Burville Power Equipment is your TYM dealer and your one-stop shop for sales, parts, and service. Kinney Drugs is your local pharmacy right in your community. Kinney Drugs. And finally, Amco Transmissions is locally owned and operated. Amco knows how to diagnose and fix the problem no matter what it is. Again, a huge thank you to all of our sponsors for supporting us for Watertown Red and Black Football, bringing you all the action. Myself and Steve Weed of Steve Weed Productions. Watertown Red and Black Football also brought to you by NBC Watertown. 21 seconds left here to go in the first half of play. Williams, and again, a short screen to Keegan Cuior, who gets some blocks. Keegan picks up the first down, still going Keegan Cuior, and then is reeled in, brought down over the 51-yard line. Tackle was made by number 22, who I actually don't have listed on the New York Falcons roster, so apologies to number 22 for the Falcons. I'd love to give him credit for that. That was a good hit. And it'll be first down and 10 for Watertown as they take their final timeout here to stop the clock. Ball's going to be at the 49-yard line. Jerry Levine on to give some last-minute instructions to the red and black offense. And they'll step to the line with 10 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. Williams with all sorts of options, looking way down the field. Good block touchdown! Watertown had 6 more on the touchdown for Chris Furr, who climbed the coverage like a ladder to reel that one in. Chris Furr did absolutely everything in his power to reel that one in. Just went up and over his man to catch it and then fall backwards into the end zone for another Watertown touchdown with 1 second left on the clock in the first half. And Watertown leads by 20, 34-14. And the offense is going to stay on the field for another 2-point conversion attempt. Well, how many times did we see that last year where Chris Furr was on this near sideline and just used his speed to get down the field? And Williams, we know Williams has a great arm, certainly great arm strength, and found Chris Furr that time in the end zone, or just short of the end zone, Furr able to fall in for a Watertown red and black touchdown with 1 second left in the first half. And they'll try to run a 2-point conversion play here. It's Jackson Furr and Todd on the near sideline and Finkley in the backfield. Pitch to Finkley. Jamal Finkley still going and going to be brought down short. So the 2-point conversion attempt will fail right at the end of the first half. And Watertown will lead 34-14 with 1 second to go after the tremendous touchdown catch by Chris Furr. And so we will step aside here for a break with 1 second left. We'll bring you back for the kick, and then we'll head to halftime break. But we'll step aside right now as the teams get ready for a kickoff after the Watertown touchdown.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
So it'll be Eric Byler on the kick the ball off with 1 second to go here in the first half. Watertown now leads by 20 points. 34-14 is the score after the Chris Furr touchdown. A long completion down the field in the last couple of seconds of the first half. Chris Furr went up and over the coverage to make a really good catch and then fell into the end zone. Byler's kick, and he's just going to hit a low squibbler. That's going to fall. And that's how the first half will end. So Watertown leading by 20. They lead 34-14 over the visiting New York Falcons. And we'll step aside here for halftime break, and we'll be back after that.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Sackets Harbor asked us. We told her yes, be very afraid. When your insurance company denies your claim, my personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Ann's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together, we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water.
Supposed to travel to Buffalo to take on the Falcons, but there were some concerns from the Red and Black organization about the facilities out in Buffalo, and Eventually the teams decided that the Falcons would travel here, and Watertown has made good use of the home field advantage. And they lead by 20 points as we get ready to start the second half of play. They've put together a really solid effort on offense again, as usual. Jason Williams has had a couple of fumbles, but he's had a couple of really big passes as well. And probably most notably, right at the end of that first half, Chris Furr reeled one in, a really nice. He jumped up and over the coverage to snag a 35 or 40-yard touchdown pass. And so the team's talking things over here right at the start of the second half of Watertown Red and Black football, brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions. My name is Connor Lalone, and thrilled you could join us. Again, we apologize for the issues we had at the beginning of tonight's game, issues with YouTube. The game scheduled for 7 o'clock, so our live stream was scheduled to start at 7. And then when the game was moved here to Watertown, the start time was also changed to 6 instead of 7. And then when we attempted to go live shortly before 6, YouTube was not thrilled with that and eventually moved over here to live stream, which is very easy to work with. And so again, just like to thank all of you for joining us for Gridiron Developmental Football League action between Watertown Red and Black and the visiting New York Falcons. Watertown will kick off again here to start the third quarter, as they did with 1 second left in the first half. Eric Byler, the man tasked with the kickoff here to start the second half of play. Byler's some contact after the play, and ultimately doesn't really amount to too much. Well, after the play, there was some scrambling going around. Scott Havernick Jr. was involved in a bit of a scrap with, but both players seem to have moved on from that pretty quickly. Kick return of what looks like about 9 yards, so 9-yard return that time for Brett Page of the New York Falcons, and it'll be first down for them from the 39-yard line to start the second half of play. It's turned out to be a really, really good night for football. Bit of a rain early in that first half of play, and seems to have lightened up and cleared up since then. Back to pass is the quarterback, Goldsmith, scrambling out to his right side. Way down the field, Goldsmith, and intercepted on the far sideline. Interception for Watertown. It's Vanquez Adams Jr. on the far sideline. And the first play of the half. And Watertown will take it over. In defensive coverage, makes the pick. And Jonathan Williams might have some competition in the Watertown defensive end of the field. Adams just jumped that pass, got in front of his man, and able to pick that one off. As I was saying last week, we saw Jonathan Williams had a couple of interceptions, was talking after the game about how he wanted to lead the league this year in interceptions, and Vanquez Adams Jr. getting himself involved as well, and picks up his first interception of the season. So Watertown needs just one play to get the ball back, and they'll start here at about the 33-yard line. Williams back to pass, finds Todd on this near side, brought inbounds, and Todd reels that one in just over midfield. Well, good look at it here as Williams just threw a floater out to this near side, and Zach Todd thought he was a little closer to the sideline than he actually was, but did a good job to secure that one, make sure he had both feet in bounds, which he was well in bounds. And much cleaner catch than the one he made earlier in the game where it bounced around in and out of his hands and then eventually reeled in. Williams, good pressure, still on his feet and then brought down for a huge loss. Williams tackled behind the 40-yard line. And sacked that time for Desmond Foster for the New York Falcons. It'll be second down from the 41-yard line. It looked to me like Williams might have been back even further than that, but a loss of about 10 on the sack. And so second down and long with 13 and a half minutes to go here in the third quarter. Williams looking to pass. Mesha blocking well. Williams to the near side for Zach Todd, and complete and then out of bounds. Zach Todd with another reception. And the ball is down to about the 38-yard line, so a solid gain that time for Zach Todd again. And it'll be third down and about 4 to go for the red and black.
Third down, 4 for Watertown.
Looks like Finkley in the backfield with Williams, Furr, and Todd on the near side. Jamal Finkley fighting forward and rolling forward. Finkley looked like he picked up plenty of yardage for that first down, and the chains will move on the far side. So Jamal Finkley right up the middle. Fink had some serious success last week. And back out there now in the third quarter of play in tonight's matchup, Jamal Finkley. See if he gets another look here. Williams is going to pass instead. Over the middle to Todd, and big hit, but Todd holds on to the football. And Watertown's going to move the chains again. Zach Todd getting involved now on offense. Todd's a player who kind of came on late in the season last year. Wasn't one of the maybe preferred options for Williams until later in the season. Williams now in and out of the hands of Keegan Cuior, and actually looked like it could have been maybe picked off by Devon Sanders. It falls incomplete, and it'll be second down and 10. The other thing about Zach Todd is we saw him get some snaps at quarterback late in the game last week, which I'm not sure he was necessarily expecting, or any of us up here weren't either, but didn't look too out of his element back there really either. Looked very solid and sure-handed at quarterback late in the game last week. Finkley in the backfield with Williams. It's Jackson and Cuior on the far side, and Furr and Zach Todd on the near side. Second and 10, ball on the 19. Williams back to pass, scrambles out to his left. Good pressure, but Williams able to get past it. Throwing down the field now and bobbled around and picked off just short of the end zone. And Williams threw that one away. Pass intended for DeQuace Jackson, and instead it looked off on that far sideline. I think that was and picked off just short of the end zone. So Watertown, after an interception of their own, Williams throws one, and the Falcons will get the football at about the 7-yard line. So the Falcons offense right back out there. Watertown did pretty well to march down the field, but couldn't pick up a scoring chance there, and thrown away. An interception for the Falcons defense, and now the offense gets a chance. First down and 10, ball on the 7. In the backfield is Jefferson with a quarterback at times, so it's an offensive penalty against David Grant. And that'll be half the distance. It'll back them back up. It'll be first down and about 15. It's a safety. Jeremy Mesha with a tackle for the loss in the end zone. And Charles Jefferson nowhere to go. Watertown's going to add 2 points on the safety. Look at it here. The pitch play to Jefferson. And just, again, one of those plays that was just kind of doomed from the start. Not sure exactly what the Falcons offense was planning there. And Jeremy Mesha basically had his arms around Jefferson by the time he caught the ball and brought down for the safety. So Watertown adds 2. They'll get the ball back after the safety as well. And we'll step aside as they lead 36-14.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Falcons Harbor asked us. We told her yes. Be very afraid. When your insurance company denies your claim, my personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Ann's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together, we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
So back in Watertown, the red and black getting ready to return a kick after the safety forced by Jeremy Mesha. Falcons tried to pitch play in their own end zone, and Charles Jefferson had nowhere to go. So the score is now 36-14. With 11 minutes and 37 seconds left on the clock. And Watertown will get ready to return this one. I believe that's Goldsmith on for the safety punt. That's a really solid punt from Goldsmith. Brought in by Keegan Quior at about the 20. But a really big return for Keegan Quior on the safety punt. So Watertown, after tacking on a couple more, is going to have a good chance. Keegan Quior just went right up the gut, picked that one up at about the 26-yard line, and fought his way up the field. Good speed. And so a really good return that time for Keegan Quior. Gain of about 37 on the punt return. Watertown will get the ball at the 37. And it'll be first down and 10 there.
First and 10, Watertown.
Look. Hunter Crump in at quarterback for the red and black. And it is Crump, hands off to Washington. And Eric Washington maybe is going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So Crump in for the red and black at quarterback, something to keep our eye on, obviously.
Foster on the stop for the Falcons. There's no gain on the play, second and 10.
Tackle made that time by Foster. Desmond. And so Connor Crump talking things over with his offense. They'll break out. Coming to this near sideline, Dylan Thomas is the receiver, 82 on this near side. Washington again in the backfield with Crump. Washington with a good block. Crump scrambling out to his left, going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and then is forced out of bounds after picking up a couple of yards.
Picks up about, let's go 2 yards on that play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
So gain of a couple of yards would be 3rd down and about 8. Crump comes over to this near sideline. The rest of the huddle waiting for him. And Crump making his way back over now to the huddle. Red and black will have the ball at the 35-yard line. Again, the receiver on this near side is Dylan Thomas. It's Brandon. Rashay Whitfield, the tight end, over the middle. And Whitfield's going to pick up enough yardage to move the chains for the red and black, so the tight end getting involved. Connor Crump able to find him right over the middle. And David Grant making the tackle to prevent Rashay Whitfield from gaining more than he did. But he picked up enough for the 1st down. It's 1st and 10, Watertown from the 21 with 9.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Watertown leads 36-14 after the safety. And the possession here resulting from the safety punt. Crump handed off to Washington up the middle, and absolutely nowhere to go. Eric Washington stopped right at the line and maybe even lost a yard. And it'll bring up 2nd down and about 11. Ball on the 22-yard line as we're under 9 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Again, Crump receives instruction from the sideline and then makes his way over to the huddle now. Talking things over with the offense yet again, and the red and black will now step to the line. James and Ray are the receivers on the far side. And Dylan Thomas by himself on this near side. Crump looking down the field for James. Samaj James up and over, caught, and in the end zone. Watertown touchdown, Samaj James from Connor Crump. Again, Watertown, a receiver just going up and over the defensive. On a really good pass from Connor Crump to find him in the end zone, and Watertown takes full advantage of the safety and then the resulting possession, and they now lead 42-14 over the New York Falcons. The offense will stay on the field for the 2-point conversion attempt. James comes over to this near sideline, joins his teammates on the red and black bench over here. And Jamal Finkley will head out there and be stationed to the right of Connor Crump. Washington's to his left. Crump looking to the left side, has Whitfield into the end zone and complete for the 2-point conversion. So it's 44-14. The red and black now lead by 30 points. Here's another look at it. Crump had his man Rashay Whitfield. They've now found each other a couple of times, and Whitfield, the tight end, spinning around into the end zone for a touchdown. And Watertown tacks on some more points. So after the Watertown touchdown, gives me a chance to tell you about our sponsors for Gridiron Developmental Football League football, the Watertown Red and Black all season long. Governor Savings and Loan is your hometown bank with 5 locations in the North Country. Governor Savings and Loan Association is the bank for you. Samaritan Medical Center is part of the community. Samaritan Medical Center is also now hiring. Stanley Law And Joe Stanley gets the maximum award. Stanley Law, nice but tough. Allen's Liquor and Wines is the largest selection of New York State wine and has the oldest running liquor and wine store in the North Country. Again, a huge thank you to all of them. And Colello Air Technologies, they're certified professionals who improve the air quality in your home. A huge thank you to all of our sponsors for Watertown Red and Black Football, brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions. As we get ready for Eric Byler's kick following the smash brought in by Cordero, and he's going to get all the way to that far sideline, pointing out where he wants his blocks. Looked like Byler was going to have to make a It was Brandon Ray who got there. Byler was the last man back, and I thought for a second he was going to have to make the tackle here. Ray came out of nowhere from behind to prevent Byler from having to do any sort of defensive work. And a really good tackle there. Otherwise, Daniel Cordero was pretty much free and clear to the end zone, so huge tackle made by Brandon Ray right at the 40-yard line. So that's where the Falcons will start. First and 10 for them. Now trailing by 30 points. 44-14 is the score. Falcons stepping to the line. Jefferson's the man in the backfield. There's two receivers either side. As options for the quarterback, Goldsmith. Here he is scrambling out, now stepping up to the line of scrimmage. Goldsmith's going to take it himself. The turf monster got him. And nobody ever downed Goldsmith, so he just got back up and started running. Well, big mental lapse there from the red and black. No one downed Goldsmith after he fell over. And get a look at it here. Goldsmith fell over right there. Nobody ever downed him. Nobody ever touched him while he was on the ground. And he realized that, got up and picked up some significant yardage after the play. And it's a gain of about 22 yards on what looked like a broken play for the quarterback, Goldsmith, on the keeper. Instead, it's first down from the 19-yard line for the Falcons. 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Handed off up the middle. Jefferson fights forward, picks up about 5 yards on that play, actually. Maybe 4, based on where that ball spotted. And so it'll be second down and 6. Ball's on the 14-yard line. So it'll be Goldsmith back to pass. Has his man, it's complete, and still fighting forward. And looks like he's going to be brought down just short of the end zone on the completion. It looked like for a second that the Falcons might have found their way into the end zone. Instead, it was Dante Ridgway stopped just short, and it'll be first down and goal from about the 4. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Two receivers either side.
Moving the ball down inside by the line. Jefferson with the ball.
Stop short.
And he is also short of the goal line.
Charles Jefferson, the fullback on the carry that time, and he was stopped short of the end zone. So it'll be second down and about 1 to go. Second down and 1, right on the goal line. Going to keep it himself. Good pressure from Watertown. He gets it and incomplete. It was Justin Kuhn who got a hand on that one to make sure it fell incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line with 5 minutes and 1 second to go in the 3rd quarter. Well, the Red and Black have been in a situation similar to this tonight where they've had an opportunity to hold the Falcons right at the goal line, and they've done pretty well so far tonight. Third down and 1. Again, it's Jefferson in the backfield with Goldsmith, and he's got 2 receivers either side. Handed off to Jefferson, and it looks like he's going to be brought down short. He is. So another 3rd down stop, and it's going to be 4th down and 1, or maybe even 2, after Jefferson's brought down short of the end zone. Well, at this point in the game, you'd have to figure that the Falcons will send the offense back out there, but they're going to call a timeout, talk things over. So we'll step aside with the Falcons timeout as Watertown leads 44-14.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
Well, the New York Falcons marching back to the line. They had 4, well, this will be their 4th crack at it. They had 3 cracks at it from inside the goal line set. Ball spotted initially at the 3 and then at the 1 for a couple of plays, and Watertown's held them so far, but now it's 4th down and 1. And Watertown looking to hold him again. Handed off to Jefferson. He's going to find his way out to the far sideline. He's going to be brought down short, and the Red and Black hold the Falcons at the goal line again. Well, Jefferson wanted to get out to that far, and Kuhn got over there instead and prevented him from sneaking into the end zone. And the Falcons will turn it over on downs in the goal line again. 2nd time they've done that tonight. And you'd have to think at this point, the Falcons must not have anyone they trust to kick. I understand at this point in the game, down by this much, you kind of have to go for the touchdown. But earlier in the game when it was closer, they just didn't seem to have anyone they trusted to kick an extra point or a field goal attempt. And a couple of times their inability to convert has cost them, as now they turn the ball over, and Watertown will have it at the 8-yard line. And it'll be Sean Johnson, the new Watertown Red and Black player, in at quarterback. One of the newest members of the Red and Black. They've added a couple of players in this past week, but have a bit of trouble communicating with the offensive line, and the Red and Black are actually going to call a timeout. Can run a play on this offensive possession, so Jerry Levine's going to head out and talk with his offense, and we're going to take another break here.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We know your families. We see you in the community. You're not a number here. You're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home, and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
Red and Black will have the ball on the 8-yard line, and it'll be Sean Johnson tasked with the quarterbacking duties. Pitched out to this near sideline to Christian Tate, and he's going to be brought down dangerously close to a safety. I think they're going to say that Tate's down at the 1 yard line, right at the goal line actually, but take another look here on the pitch play. Well, that's how Watertown ended up creating a safety. That one dangerously close to being a safety the other way. And I think they're just going to say Tate was down right at the goal line and not in the end zone. But almost a carbon copy of how Watertown forced a safety. A pitch play backwards just enough that the defending team could get there and prevent any sort of gain. And now Watertown with their backs right up against the wall. 2nd down and 16. Williams in the end, or Johnson in the end zone. He's going to be brought down, and that one is going to be a safety. So Sean Johnson only gets to run a couple of plays, and again, pretty tough spot to be put in for your first couple of plays at quarterback, and just absolutely nowhere to go on the fake handoff that time, and Johnson brought down in the end zone for the safety. So a couple of safeties, one either way. I think that's the first time I've seen that. A safety for either team, and Watertown will punt the ball away after this break.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips
Totally.
and frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
So Watertown on for a safety punt. They've already returned one of their own in this game. And it's Elijah back to punt this one away for the red and black after the Falcons. Really good punt from Howard. Reeled in on that far sideline and kneeling, and no whistle actually, but the returner, Alexander Sultan-Pana, kneeled, and then there was a bit of a delay before any whistle happened, and so they are going to blow the play dead and mark the ball at the 45-yard line. I wonder if the officials were as caught off guard as we were up here in the box. It didn't seem like there was much of a reason for Sultan-Pana to kneel right there. He kind of never signaled for a fair catch. He never was really under any pressure either, and decided to just kneel anyway. And no whistle, so nobody really stopped playing, but the ball is going to be spotted, actually looks like at the 4. Was taken initially, so I think we got there eventually. It'll be 1st down and 10, ball on the 40 for the New York Falcons. After the safety, they trail 44-16. Goldsmith with Jefferson in the backfield. Looking to pass to this near side, down the field, and Williams, nearly picked off. It was Jonathan Williams who almost brought that one in. And you could see he's complaining about a little bit of contact there as he went up for that interception. He almost brought that one in, and it looked like one that he definitely could have had. Instead, it's a long incompletion. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 40.
Stops the clock, 3:24.
Jonathan Williams still pretty vocal on this near sideline. And he's going to play pretty deep. that might have been. Quick pass to Serrano, who's sliding and then brought down pretty quickly. Touched up while he was on the ground by Tyan Scannell. Gain of a couple of yards, it'll be 3rd and 8. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Watertown leading 44-16 over the visiting New York Falcons. It's a Falcons 3rd down and 8. Goldsmith back to pass again to this near side, in and out of the hands, off of the hands of Dante Ridgway, and it fell in right in front of Janaz Graves, who made a valiant effort diving to try to pick that one off, but couldn't get there. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 8 to go. And the Falcons will keep the offense out there, trailing by a significant margin here late in the game. Taking their time in the huddle to talk things over. And breaking out now, led by Justin Goldsmith, the quarterback. And you'd think they'll probably look to go down the field. Goldsmith with a really significant arm. Good throw, but a little bit of confusion with his receiver on that far sideline, and it falls incomplete. Pass intended, I believe, for Caleb Walker, but it looked like Walker and Goldsmith weren't on the same page about the route that was supposed to be run, and so it'll be a turnover on downs again for the Falcons, and we'll switch sides. Gives me another chance to tell you about our sponsors for Watertown Red and Black Football, the Gridiron Developmental Football League, Governor Savings and Loan, 5 locations in the North Country, your hometown bank. Colello Air Technologies, you there? You're certified professionals that improve the air quality in your home. Burville Power Equipment is your TYM dealer and your one-stop shop for sales, parts, and service. There's Burville Power Equipment, and we'll get ready for some more action. Back to pass. Off on this near. Reception for Amir Dubose. There is a flag that came out, but it was an interception for the safety Amir Dubose. And Brandon Ray was, I believe, the intended receiver on that play, fell down and then fought his way all the way back to make that tackle flag. And it's a personal foul against the defense. So I didn't see where that personal foul was, but there was a personal foul against the Falcons whistled. Flag came out pretty early in that play, so looks like an interception will be negated. Wait to see it, and there it is.
That's 15 yards.
The way they're spotting the football, the personal foul must have been after the interception, after the play, because it's going to be Falcons football. So the interception thrown by Sean Johnson. And then they'll march 15 yards off after the spot where Amir Dubose was able to run to after he picked that one off. And so the ball spotted at the 42-yard line, which is where the Falcons will take right back over. So a bit of a rough go of it for Sean Johnson so far. Tackled for a safety and then an interception. Of course, never easy to just come in the middle of a game, too, and try to play quarterback. Fake handoff. Whitesmith down the field, and right at the goal line. Wow, what a play. Still fighting for it over there on that far sideline is Tyan Scannell. Huge reception. Getting another look at it here as Goldsmith just faked the handoff, threw this one way down the field. Watertown just up and over the coverage. I believe Walker who reeled that one in. And so a huge gain on first down for the Falcons. And again, they're in a goal line set. Last time they were in this situation, Watertown held them. They did that earlier in this game as well. First down and goal from the 3. Goldsmith back to pass. This near side. And deflected and then dropped. Good coverage that time by Janaz Graves. Able to get just enough on it to block that one down and fell and incomplete. So a touchdown saving play from Graves that time. Second and goal from the 3. Clock stops at 1 minute and 14 seconds left in the third quarter of play. Red and black leading 44-16, but the Falcons trying to add to their total. Again, Jefferson in the backfield with the quarterback. Goldsmith, here he is looking to pass, scrambling out to this near side, and that one thrown up and over too high for his intended receiver, Caleb Walker. Another incompletion, it's third down. Couple of stops for Watertown here, and a goal line set again. Third down and 3 from the 3-yard line. And the Falcons taking their time, now breaking out of the huddle, stepping to the line. Goldsmith with Jefferson. Looking to the left side, complete touchdown for the Falcons. Reeled in there by David Grant on the near side. And the Falcons will add 6. It's 44-22 with 1 minute and 2 seconds left in the third quarter. So again, Watertown now leading, doubling up the point total of the Falcons. It's 44-20. Offense out there looking 2 more points. Goldsmith again back to pass, looking to this near side again. I think he was out of bounds, he was. So the pass complete, but receiver out of bounds, and the 2-point conversion is no good. And so the red and black leading 44-22 with 1 minute and 2 seconds to go. And we'll step aside as the teams get ready for another kickoff.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We, know your families. We see you in the community. You're not a number here. You're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home, and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
So after the Falcons touchdown. 2-point conversion attempt was no good. It's 44-22. Red and black set to receive another kickoff. It's Goldsmith doing the kicking after Joseph Kaiser, who was doing the kicking, went off injured, favoring that right foot of his, so obviously not going to do any kicking with that. And then Goldsmith came in for a safety punt and actually hit an absolute laser of a safety punt. Now we'll see what he's like on the kickoff. That one looks pretty good as well. Bounce and then handled yard line. That's where the red and ball. Return of about 18 yards for Jared Safront. And the red and black offense back on the field. Well, we saw Sean Johnson get some snaps at quarterback. Looks like he's still out there, and it's Jamal Finkley in the backfield. Johnson and Finkley. Safran is the receiver on this near side. Handed off to Finkley up the middle. Still fighting. Jamal Finkley gets back to the line of scrimmage. And maybe picked up a yard or two. Looks like it's going to be a pretty generous spot. And it's going to be 2nd down and 8 on the handoff up the middle to Jamal Finkley. Ball on the 39. It's James and Brandon Ray on the far side and Souffrant on this near side. Handed off again to Finkley up the middle. Jamal spinning and again maybe picking up a yard on the handoff up the middle. Tackle made by David Grant Jr. Amir Dubose involved in there as well, and time will run out here on the 3rd quarter. Watertown leads by a score of 44-22. Falcons tacked on some points though on a safety and then a touchdown. And we'll step aside as the teams switch sides here at the end of the 3rd quarter.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
You see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips.
Totally.
And frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Sacks Harbor asked.
And the Watertown Red and Black with a 3rd down from the 41. 7 yards to gain here. Back to pass. Sean Johnson scrambling out to this near side. Johnson with some speed gets through the first tackle diving forward, but it's going to be short of the 1st down. Well, it looked like he did a really solid job to get past that first tackle, and I wondered if Johnson was going to be able to stay on his feet long enough to pick up the first, but he's going to be just short. About 1.5 yards, 2 yards short, and it'll be 4th down. Tackle was made by Rashard Reynolds for the New York Falcons out of Buffalo, New York. And Watertown is going to send out the punt team. It'll be Elijah Howard back to punt. He's done a really solid job tonight. And he'll be looking to get a good one off again. High snap. Howard rushes to get it off, and he does, but it's high into the air. Reeled in by Desmond Foster, and nowhere to go really for Foster after the reception there on the punt return. So Watertown 3 and out on offense there. And it'll be first down from the 45 for the New York Falcons. Well, Howard really had a lot of work to do after that high snap. He didn't have a ton of time to get that one off, and fortunate that he did get it off, but it was high into the air, so not a lengthy punt. And it'll be first down from the 45 for the Falcons as they take over on offense. Coming out to this near sideline is Caleb Walker and Benjamin Serrano. Walker with a circus catch to set up a touchdown for the Falcons last time out. Goldsmith back to pass. Good pressure from Watertown. Way down the field, Goldsmith, and nearly caught. Instead, it's incomplete. Bounced in and out of the hands, I believe that was number 4, Quintori Oberlander Spikes. No, correct me, it was 0, Benjamin Serrano on this near side. There is a holding against the offense on the play, though. And so that'll move the ball back 10 yards. Holding against the Falcons. So the ball marched all the way back to the 35. It'll be first down and 20 from there. The clock stopped at 13 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the game after the incompletion intended for Serrano.
That sets him back 10 yards. It's going to be first and 20.
Goldsmith in the backfield. Now back to pass. Good pressure. Goldsmith way down the field. Good throw, but Williams was there. And the pass was thrown out of bounds anyway. So another incompletion, and second and 20 is the situation for the Falcons. They talk things over here. The red and black, again, another really good performance for them on both sides of the ball. Obviously, not quite as stifling defensively as they were last week. And football in any level of the game just makes what they did last week even more impressive, shutting out the Charlotte Colonials by a score of 50-0. Tonight they lead 44-22. Goldsmith back to pass, has some time, hit as he threw it, but that one's complete over the middle. Pass caught by number 14. I believe that's Brett Page. And so completion over the middle for Page, and that'll move the chains for the Falcons. First down and 10 from the 44-yard line, 43-yard line. As they step to the line now. Again, 2 receivers either side. On this near side is Caleb Walker and Benjamin Serrano. Falling over, and that one deflected and then picked off on the far side. In some space down the sideline, still going. And wrapped up and rolled out of bounds. But an interception for the red and black. And again, couldn't tell who it was on that far side who ended up with the pick. But it is Jonathan Williams who ended up with it. That's who I thought it was initially, and it's, of course, the easiest thing to think of when a Watertown red and black player ends up with a football on defense, that it was Jonathan Williams. And so he adds another pick. He had 2 last week and another one this week. He made it pretty clear that's what he wanted to do, lead the league in interceptions. He's off to a good start. 3 already. And Watertown takes over after the Jonathan Williams interception. Jason Williams back in the quarterback. Now one's handed off. Fighting forward is Jamal Finkley, who picks up some hard-fought yards right up the middle. Gain of about 4 on the handoff. And Watertown almost in a hurry-up type offense, which is a little strange, but quickly getting to the line. Williams and Finkley. Now Finkley's going to roll out to this near side. Williams looked for Finkley, but didn't have him. Now over the middle, pass complete to DeQuace Jackson, who jumped up to reel that one in. And Jackson's going to get brought down right at the 10-yard line, looks like. So a big first down for the red and black on the completion over the middle to DeQuace Jackson. Get a look at it here. Replay brought to you by NBC Watertown, Steve Weed Productions. It looked like Williams was looking for Finkley on this near side. Threw it to Jackson, who went way up to bring that one in. Just a really athletic play to jump up and catch that one. And then immediately hit the ground running. DeQuace Jackson, the ball spotted pretty much right at the 10. Williams looking at this near side in the end zone for Cuellar. Touchdown, Watertown. Keegan Cuellar on this near side in the end zone. Went up, reeled it in, got both of his feet in bounds. You get a look at it here. And just a really good play all around. Good throw by Williams. And Cuellar did really well to reel that one in and keep his feet in play. And Watertown with another touchdown. They lead 50-22. And the offense back on the field for the 2-point conversion attempt. It's Finkley in the backfield with the quarterback, Williams. Cuellar and Jackson on the near side. Furr and Todd on the far side. This is the A-team offense. Looking for Todd in the back corner, bouncing around. Incomplete, so no good on the 2-point conversion. But Watertown tacks on 6 more on the completion to Keegan Cuellar in the end zone. And Watertown will lead now 50-22. Really good effort for the red and black on offense that time. Like I said, they put the starting offense back out there. Todd and Furr, Cuellar and Jackson, and the quarterback Jason Williams back out there. And they marched right down the field. Got into the end zone again. Cuellar's second of the night. And the red and black score 50 points for the second time in the last couple weeks. Last week 50-0 the score versus Charlotte. This week 50-22. And there's still 11 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. Red and black offense has been rolling all night. And it's been everyone really getting involved. Jackson and Furr, Cuellar, Rashay Whitfield with a touchdown. Jamal Finkley establishing the running game. And the red and black looked really solid again tonight. Eric Byler out for the kickoff for the red and black. Byler's kick. That's a good one again. Reeled in just over the 20-yard line. Scrambling out to that far sideline. Brett Page gets over midfield, and then it's brought down pretty quickly there. Looks like it's going to be about the 48-yard line. As you see another look at the Kick return for Page, diving over the 50-yard line there. Pretty solid gain of about 30 yards, actually, on a kick return. Ball's going to be spotted actually short of the 50, so not sure if Page stepped out of bounds on that far sideline or if they just thought he was brought down a little bit earlier, but regardless, it'll be first down and 10. Ball on the 47 for the New York Falcons, trailing 50-22 here in Watertown at George Ashcraft Field at the Alex T. Duffy Fairgrounds. Just a beautiful facility. Both fields here taken care of extremely well. The baseball field right next door, Toyota Field, home of the Watertown Rapids. The grounds crew here at Watertown Parks and Rec does a really good job taking care of both of these facilities. All grass fields, both of them, and they're just pristine really all year long. Incomplete pass there. It'll be second and 10 for the Falcons. Well, the Falcons' offense is not really what's let them down tonight. They've been very solid. Certainly 22 points is nothing to scoff at against this Watertown red and black defense. Keep in mind that Watertown gave up 0 points last week. And even the week before that, their first loss in 2 years, they only gave up 31 points. And that loss, that kind of felt like a blowout loss. They only gave up 31 points. It's really not too bad, relatively speaking. Goldsmith scrambling out to his left. Flag comes out at the line of scrimmage, and Goldsmith's brought down at about the 46 or 47-yard line. Flag is in the backfield, though, and we'll wait to see what the penalty is. You'd have to think based on that spot that it would probably be a holding, but here's the signal. It is holding against the offense. So the gain of 5 or 6 on the carry for Goldsmith negated by the offensive holding. And it will be second down. Should be 20. Wait to see where the ball is spotted. Bit of a discussion from the officials there at about the 45-yard line, and it looks like they are going to march the ball back from the initial line of scrimmage. So it will be second down and 20. And the ball is going to be at the 37-yard line. So second and 20 from there for the Falcons. 10 minutes and 49 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Snapped and then scrambling out to pass, looking to the left side, incomplete. It's a new quarterback in there for the Falcons. Can't quite make out the number for you. Still trying to figure out the number on the new quarterback for you for the Falcons so we can tell you who he is. It's just that time of night where the lights are starting to come into play here up here in the booth. And our camera's actually got a better look at it for you. It looks like number 16, which would be David Grant Jr. So that is number 16. David Grant Jr. in at quarterback now for the Falcons. He's back to pass. Grant scrambling up to the middle, throws over the middle, and that one incomplete. Grant got hit pretty hard right as he was letting that one fly, and it's incomplete over the middle. So fourth down and 20 now. And Grant, I think, still a little bit winded after that one. He got hit pretty hard as he let that one go. And on fourth down and 20, you'd have to think Grant will be looking way down the field. Obviously shown some athleticism already in this game. See if he's got the arm strength to get it down the field. 4th down and 20. Grant fumbles the snap, scrambling out to his left, looking down the field, and going to throw it short and incomplete. So the Falcons will turn the ball over on downs again, and Watertown will take over with 10 minutes and 31 seconds left. We'll step aside again as the teams switch sides. Watertown leads 50-22 here in the 4th quarter.
Should I be afraid? That's what Ann of Sackett's Harbor asked us. We told her yes, be very afraid. When your insurance company denies your claim, my personal injury team in our Watertown office knows all about this insurance company's routine. Ann's testimonial tells us how she went from afraid to aggressive. Thanks to your dynamic duo, Joe, working together we were awarded the maximum. That team works at Stanley Law, Watertown.
So the red and black will take over with the ball on the 37-yard line. A little bit of confusion there on who needed to be on the field as they stepped to the line, but they're out there now. It's Williams in at quarterback, and it looks like Tate is the man immediately to his left. Christian Tate fakes the handoff now. Williams looking way down the field and diving, incomplete. And that would have been really close to a touchdown. Might have been in the end zone. Incomplete pass. Look at it here. I thought for a second we were going to see another really good touchdown. Instead, it's an incomplete pass. That was Keegan Quior actually who was diving in. And you could see it on his body language there afterwards that he thought he probably could have come up with that one. Instead, it's a long incompletion. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 10 minutes and 6 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Watertown with Williams and at quarterback. Chris Furr's on this near side with Samaj James. Williams to James over the middle. Caught, and James showing some speed and some moves and good agility by Samaj James to pick up the 1st down and some. And the chains will move for the red and black on the pass over the middle to Samaj James. Showed some good speed right here and some quickness as well. Yeah, we'll skip past one tackle there and then another back to the other opposite direction before eventually being brought down by Devon Grant. It's Tate again in the backfield. Furr on this near sideline. And James again. Todd on the far sideline with Quior. Williams looking for Keegan Quior and incomplete. Quior dropped that one, hit him in the hands, and then fell to the ground before Quior picked it back up. So an incomplete pass stops the clock at 9 minutes and 18 seconds left. And the red and black will huddle up here on 2nd down and 10. They break out of the huddle and step to the line. Williams has Tate to his right. And the same set of receivers in the same spots. Williams. Screen to Quior on the far side. Keegan catches it and fighting his way forward. Looks like he's going to pick up the 1st down. And he will for the red and black. The chains will move. It'll be 1st and goal from inside the 10. Looks like right at the 9. So Keegan Quior on the screen pass and completion. Picks up a 1st down. 8 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the 4th quarter of play. The red and black leading 50-22. Looking to tack on some more here. Williams has Tate now to his left. And again, the receivers in the same spots. Williams. Good pressure. Williams into the end zone and falling over was Chris Furr. I think Tate was trying to get Williams' attention. He was in some space just short of the end zone and looked like he might have had a lane if Williams had been able to find him. Instead, he looked to find Furr in the end zone, and that was incomplete. So it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 9. Tate's moved back to the right. Now he comes back to the left side of Jason Williams. Williams handles the snap. Over the middle, tipped and then incomplete as it rolls under the uprights. And that'll bring up 3rd down and goal. So the red and black have held the Falcons a couple of times in a goal line set. The Falcons looking to return the favor here. And so Williams on 3rd down now. He's looked to pass the past couple plays. Look to see if the red and black use Christian Tate this time, or if they elect to throw it yet again. Cuellar has moved over to this near side with Furr. Williams scrambling out to his right, throws it into the end zone and incomplete, batted down there. And it's another incompletion, which stops the clock again. 8 minutes and 14 seconds left, and it's 4th down for the red and black. Doesn't look like any movement here on this sideline, so the offense is going to stay on the field on 4th down. Ball on the 9, and it's the same set of offensive players that have been out there this whole possession. Williams back to pass again, scrolling out to the left now and into the end zone. Had Chris Furr, but he didn't hit him. He threw it low and it bounced in. And Watertown will turn it over on downs. The Falcons hold Watertown at the goal line now. And the Falcons will get the ball right at the 9. So the incomplete pass, the turnover on downs. And the teams will switch sides and switch possession of the ball. And Watertown red and black unable to punch their way into the end zone right there. 8 minutes and 8 seconds left on the clock here in the 4th quarter. And it looks like it's going to be David Grant in at quarterback again for the New York Falcons. Falcons huddling up here. Again, it's a great position to get a stop, but not a great position to start an offensive possession. The ball on the 9 or maybe on the 10-yard line. Does look like Grant in the backfield with Jefferson. Here he is back to pass. Grant over the middle, deflected, intercepted by Josh Lear, and he's going to find his way into the end zone for a pick 6. Josh Lear with the interception. And the red and black get on the board again. It's 56-22. Take a look at Josh Lear reeling that one in and running into the end zone for a touchdown. Josh Lear's second defensive touchdown of the season. We saw him pick one up earlier in the year on a fumble recovery. And now Watertown scores a defensive touchdown. It's 56-22. And they're going to send out, I believe, the offense yet again. And it looks like Connor Crump's going to head out for the 2-point conversion attempt as Josh Lear picks up the ceremonial belt. I don't know what that's all about, but a couple of times the red and black sideline has handed out the WWE-style belt. First to Jonathan Williams after his interception, and then now to Josh Lear after his pick 6. And Lear gets a good round of applause from the red and black crowd here. It's going to be Connor Crump and Eric Washington tasked with trying to tack on 2 for the red and black after the Josh Lear pick 6. Crump, short pass over the head of Rashay Whitfield and incomplete, so no good on the 2-point conversion. But Watertown had 6 points. Joshua Lear gets into the end zone on the pick 6. And the red and black lead 56-22 with 7 minutes and 48 seconds. We'll take a break here in the 4th quarter.
Just like you, our family's health is very important to us. One way to improve the air quality in your home is to regularly have the ductwork cleaned. Colello Air Technologies can help with certified professionals in state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Colello Air Technologies also offers mold remediation, water damage restoration, fire and smoke remediation caused from storms, broken pipes, fires, and water backups. Call Colello Air Technologies today to make an appointment.
Eric Byler set to kick for the red and black after Josh Lear with an interception return for a touchdown. It's Daniel Cordero is the deep man for the Falcons as Byler gets ready for the kickoff. It's a good one from Eric Byler, really good kick. Cordero reels it in and is going to start his return from the 15-yard line. He gets over midfield, and Cordero still going. Gets all the way over the 45, actually. A really good return for Daniel Cordero. Look at it. Here was a good kick from Byler, really good kick, and reeled in pretty much right at the 15. And Cordero found his way out to that far sideline. Just good speed. And is brought down over the 45. Looks like right at the 45 is where the balls can be spotted at. So a 40-yard return for Daniel Cordero. And with 7 minutes and 38 seconds left, the Falcons will get another crack offensively. Josh Lear, number 32 there, right in the middle of your picture. Didn't get much of a break after that pick six. Right back out onto the field, as is the rest of the red and black defense. Grant back to pass. Has some time, thrown over the middle, caught, and hit quickly. Pass complete over the middle to Caleb Walker. Good pass over the middle. The Falcons have had some success doing that tonight, throwing the ball over the middle of the field. The red and black seem pretty content to allow that and just prevent any sort of huge gain, although the Falcons have had a couple of those as well. Four receivers in this set for Grant Jr. Here he is back to pass, looking around, and Josh Lear got to him, and another interception. Eric Washington on the pick this time, and Washington's going to take it to the house as long as something tragic doesn't happen. And so it's another pick six for the Watertown red and black. Eric Washington gets into the end zone this time, and Josh Lear was the one who made it all happen. Down here, actually just short of the end zone, or just at the line of scrimmage is the quarterback, as you take a look at Eric Washington taking it to the house on the pick six. And there's actually a bit of concern here for the quarterback, David Grant, as Josh Lear was able to take him down and force him to throw that one away, and he's remained down on the field. So we'll step aside for a break here, but Watertown scores on the pick six for Eric Washington.
When you walk in the door, we know you by face. We know your families. We see you in the community. You're not a number here. You're always a name.
When I help a couple build their first home, and I can drive by and see the completed project, and we had a part in that.
I had a customer yesterday that came in and she said, "You've explained to me in 10 minutes more than I've gotten from any other bank that I've talked to." And, they appreciate that.
Governor Savings and Loan, your hometown bank since 1892.
How you feeling, Jake?
Like I got the worst sinus infection ever.
I see your prescription here.
Hey, Bob.
You need to stay hydrated.
I'm getting spot water as we speak. Hey, Bob.
Grab something for pain. Your prescription won't kick in right away.
Hey, Mom.
Have you been taking your vitamins?
Uh-huh.
Your body needs more than chips.
Totally.
And frozen pizza.
All right. Wow.
We got this.
So a good round of applause here in Watertown for the injured David Grant Jr., who walks off the field under his own power. Again, didn't really see exactly what happened other than he landed pretty hard after Josh Lear came down low and tackled him around the ankles. And as he was throwing that one, Eric Washington able to get in front of it, pick it off, and return it 60 yards for a touchdown. So a couple of pick sixes here in the fourth quarter for the red and black. And Eric Washington, who plays some line, plays some running back, found his way into the end zone on defense that time. And the red and black offense back on the field for a two-point conversion attempt. Brandon Ray's the receiver on this near side. On the far side is Dylan Thomas. Finkley's in the backfield, so is Christian Tate. And Connor Crump is in at quarterback. Coach Ashcraft speaking things over with the head coach on the far side as well. And George making his way off to this near sideline. I think that discussion may have been about running the clock. We'll see. There's 6 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock as we speak, and Watertown leads 62-22. And the whistle blows. We'll get set for the two-point conversion attempt. Again, Crump with Fink and Tate. And this one's handed off Christian Tate right up the middle. Nowhere to go, Christian Tate. And he's going to be wrapped up well short. So, again, no good on the two-point conversion attempt. But Watertown now leads by 40 points, 62-22. And as we get set for another kickoff, we'll take another break. And give you a word from our sponsors. As you see, Governor Savings and Loan has 5 locations in the North Country. Governor Savings and Loan Association is your hometown bank. Samaritan Medical Center, caring, healing, leading, and now hiring. Samaritan Medical Center, part of the community, and looking for you. Stanley Law and Joe Stanley. They get the maximum award. Joe Stanley is nice but tough. Allen's Liquors and Wines. Wine and Spirits is the largest selection of New York State wine and the oldest running liquors and wine store, established in 1991. Allen's Wine and Spirits. Colello Air Technologies, certified professionals that improve the air quality in your home. And Burville Power Equipment is your TYM dealer, as well as your one-stop shop for sales, parts, and service. Kenny Drugs is your local pharmacy, located right in your community. And Amco Transmissions is locally owned and operated. Amco knows how to diagnose and fix the problem, no matter what it is. Amco Transmissions. And a huge thank you to all of our sponsors for Watertown Red and Black football, brought to you by NBC Watertown and Steve Weed Productions. Eric Byler's kick is pretty solid again. Handled it about the 20-yard line by Brett Page, who's going to reverse and come back to this near side, able to fend off the first tackle. A couple of flags come out, and some big blocks being laid. And, wow, Page got leveled right there, right at the 30-yard line. Couple of flags came out on that play. Page took a huge hit right at the 30-yard line. He's getting up now. Sitting up is Page. But a couple of just massive blocks laid. And I believe that's probably what at least one of the flags are for. They came out basically at the exact same time. So you wonder if a couple of the officials saw the same play. Wait to see, and it actually looks like Brandon Ray has come up a little bit lame after that play, being helped off to this near sideline. Again, waiting to see any sort of signal about the flags. Clock is stopped at 6 minutes. Could have been a couple of different things. Could have been blocks to the back. Could have been hits to the head. We'll wait to see signals from the referees here. Steve's getting my attention. He thinks it was a personal foul for a hit to the head. There's all sorts of really heavy collisions on that play. It is a personal foul. And it will be against the Falcons. So 15 yards. 15-yard penalty on a personal foul. And we'll wait to see where the spot is. It looks like it's going to be about the 15-yard line. Maybe the 16. And it looks like the clock is going to run here with 6 minutes left in the game. Watertown leading by 40 points, 62-22. As the Falcons come to the line now. Looks like David Grant Jr. back in there at quarterback. Over the middle, incomplete. Pass intended for Caleb Walker, who was in space. He was wide open, really, over the middle. And trying to throw it on the run was David Grant Jr. That one falls incomplete. 5 minutes and 33 seconds left here. Falcons with 4 receivers. Back to pass. Grant looking to his left, over the middle actually, and incomplete. In and out of the hands. Again intended for Walker. And again, an incomplete pass. Another player down for the Falcons. That's Benjamin Serrano, number 0. And starting to become a serious issue. Players for both teams coming up pretty lame. Serrano's hobbling off to that far sideline. Able to get off to that far sideline, Benjamin Serrano. 5 minutes and 26 seconds left on the clock. Third down now and 10. Back to pass again. Grant Jr. scrambling out, does throw it now, and that one incomplete over to that far side. And so it's 4th down and 10. Clock stops again on the incomplete pass. 4 minutes and 58 seconds. As the Falcons trail big here in Watertown at George Ashcraft Field at the Alex T. Duffy Fairgrounds. Named last year for Watertown's longtime head coach, George Ashcraft. Pretty fitting tribute to a man who's had so much success here with this historic franchise. Back to pass, Grant Jr. again, and he's going to be brought down. Big sack that time for the red and black. And actually coming up a little lame after that was the man who made the tackle, Jarrell Roberts. Able to get back up to his feet. Roberts with a really, really good effort. Diving and able to get enough of the quarterback, Grant Jr. Forces the sack and the turnover on downs. And it's going to be a Watertown first down from very close. It's going to be 1st and goal. Looks like the spot is maybe the 5-yard line. Got a tough angle for us. Looks like it might be the 6-yard line. Either way, 1st and goal for the red and black. And it looks like Crump's going to come out there at quarterback. Watertown's going to call a timeout with 4 minutes and 10 seconds, which draws the ire of most of us up here in the press box. It's a 40-point game with 4 minutes left, and Watertown's calling a timeout to talk things over on offense here. Jerry Levine out to join the huddle with his team. Connor Crump is in at quarterback here for this possession. Red and black with a just massive offensive output tonight. 62 points. We saw him put up 50 last week. And they're looking for even more here. First and goal for the red and black. It's going to be Christian Tate and Jamal Finkley in the backfield with the quarterback Crump. Receiver on the near side is Dylan Thomas. And I believe that's Brandon Ray on the far side. Handoff right up the middle to Fink, goes nowhere. And so it'll be second down and goal. Ball's on the 6-yard line still, so no gain on that play. The handoff up the middle for Jamal Finkley. And we're under 3.5 now to play in the fourth quarter. Again, Finkley and Tate with Crump. Crump handed off, and again, absolutely nowhere to go. That one went to Tate. Flag comes out late. And it's offensive holding. It's one of those penalties where you wonder how good the hold could have been because there was no space for Christian Tate to actually go anywhere. But a holding nonetheless, and that's a 10-yard penalty against the Watertown offense. So the red and black backed up after the offensive holding. Connor Crump joins the huddle now to talk things over with his offensive weapons. And the ball spotted at the 15 or 16-yard line. It's second down after the holding penalty. And Crump breaks the huddle, steps to the line. Finkley and Tate in the backfield. Samaj James has come out of the field to join Thomas on this near side. Fake handoff, looking for James, incomplete. Pass tended for Samaj James and it falls in. Stops the clock at 2 minutes and 36 seconds left. And it'll be third down and 15 to go. Watertown offense on the field, looking to tack on some more points here late in this one. 2 minutes and 36 seconds left on the clock after the incompletion. Here is Crump, James and Thomas. Ray on the far side. He's looking to throw it again. Crump, complete to Finkley, and Jamal still fighting. He's going to be brought down. Clock will run. Finkley stays in bounds. And again, another player down on the field, another injury, and it's another Falcon down. So the clock will actually stop here. And that looks like a cramp. And I believe that is Corey Williams down with a cramp for the New York Falcons. Well, I'm not sure what Steve's doing out there on the landing, but it sounded like he was trying to fall through, so would have been another injury we didn't need tonight. It was actually 6 Amir Dubose and not 8 Corey Williams like I initially thought. And DuBose being helped off that far sideline. It's going to be 4th down for Watertown. With 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game, they lead by 40, looking to make it even more. Crump talking things over with Finkley and Tate. And the clock will start running again. Down to about 2 minutes. And Watertown's got to get a playoff here before the 2-minute warning. They do. Crump passing this near side, incomplete, intended for Thomas. So on 4th down, an incomplete pass, and the teams will switch sides. They'll take a break here at the 2-minute warning as Watertown turns it over on down. 62-22 is the score. We'll step aside for another break at the 2-minute warning.
Our community is both the place we live and it's the people we share it with. Samaritan Health is a place where caregivers of all kinds make a real difference. And it's a community where they can build rewarding careers. Because at Samaritan, we care about our patients and we care about our people. If this sounds good to you, join us. Together, we can take care of our community and your future. Get started at www.samaritanhealth.com/careers.
Back in Watertown after the 2-minute warning. And the clock is running mercifully. 1 minute and 50 seconds left. Falcons will take over on offense after Watertown failed to convert on 4th down. Handed off up the middle. Jefferson, nowhere to go. Brought down, looked like Eric Washington was in there to make the stop. Under a minute and a half now. DeQuace Jackson is going to come onto the field. They're gonna step up to the line now after a pretty long huddle. David Grant Jr. in at quarterback. Jr. scrambling out to his left, looking to throw. David Grant Jr. brought down. The ball comes loose. Watertown falls on it, and I think they're going to rule down by contact. Jaquez Walker, who picked that one up on the fumble recovery. And the clock is still running here, but Walker picked up the fumble. And conversation happening on that far side. The clock's been running this entire time. And we're down to 5 seconds left on it now. Waiting to see. And it is officially over. Watertown with a fumble recovery right at the death. And the offense carried Watertown tonight to a 62-22 victory over the visiting New York Falcons. This game originally scheduled to be in Buffalo, ended up in Watertown, and the red and black made no mistake, took advantage of home field and won 62-22 over the New York Falcons. They moved to 3-1 on the season, and just a dominant performance both sides of the ball for the red and black. So for everyone at NBC Watertown, for Steve Weed of Steve Weed Productions, and for our sponsors, Governor Savings, Samaritan Medical Center, Stanley Law, Allen's Wine and Liquor, Colello Air Technologies, Burville Power Equipment, Kinney Drugs, and Amco Transmissions. My name's Connor Lalone. We're thrilled you could have joined us for tonight's game between the Watertown Red and Black and the New York Falcons. Thank you. Have a good night as Watertown wins 62-22.